All right, so the next thing we're going to look at is something called geometric mean. So proportions in which means are equal occur frequently in geometry. Um, and here the word means is just represented by, well, it's a little different than what you're used to. For any two positive numbers, a and b, the geometric mean of a and b is the positive number x, such that when you do a divided by x, it equals x divided by b. So let's look at an example. If I take any two numbers, like 2 over x equals x over 6. There is a number x that makes both of these equal. And the way we find it is we do that little cross multiplication. So we multiply the x here, and we multiply the 6 here. And 6 times x is 12, and 6 times 2 is 12, and x times x is x squared. So how do we solve for x? We do the square root on both sides. The square root of x squared is just x, and the square root of 12 is the square root of 12. But we can simplify this radical because the square root of 12 is the same as the square root of 3 times the square root of 4, and 4 is a perfect square. So 2 root 3 is that in simplified radical form. There we go. All right. So now we have find the geometric mean, and you'll see some of our answers here in simplified radical form. So we'll need to be using that. What is the geometric mean of 6 and 15? Well, let's see. What was that formula? A over x equals x over b. A over x equals x over b. And in this case, 6 and 15 are my x and b. So 6 over x equals x over 15. And no matter how you set this up, as long as you have an x on the bottom and an x on the top, it's going to work. So if I did 15 over x equals x over 6, that would also work. Or any other way you could organize that. So you'll see, because either way, when we cross multiply, we get 15 times 6 on one side and x times x on the other. Over here, it works the same way. It's always going to be 15 times 6 and x times x. So if you don't remember, where does the x go on the top and the bottom, and which number goes on the top and which number goes on the bottom, it does not affect the answer. Either way, you will get the product of the two numbers equals x squared. So in this case, 15 times 6 is what? 15 times 2 is 30, so it's 90. So 90 equals x squared, and then we do the square root on both sides, so we can find out what x is, and the square root of x squared is x, and the square root of 90 is the same as the square root of 9 times the square root of 10, and the square root of 9 is 3. So 3 root 10 is our correct answer. And you can see here they tried just 90 to see if you forgot to do the square root. They also tried 9 root 10 to see if you got this far, but then forgot to do the square root of the 9. I'm not quite sure how you'd end up with 30 in this situation. Maybe if you multiplied the 3 and the 10. But those answers are trying to account for mistakes you might have made as you went along. But 3 root 10 is the correct one. All right, so again, you'll have a synopsis of this video on the next few slides, and then a chance to try a geometric mean on your own. So good luck with that, and I'll see you in the next video.